I simply just pulled her to the side and said, go ahead and let my dick breathe. And she went ahead and figured it out.
So we're recording now.
And we're live.
Episode 7,
Yep.
LMDB podcast. We're getting a later start than I had planned, if I'm honest.
7.1.
7.1. We have a bunch of things to talk about.
We got some topics, yeah.
Yeah, which
People
is
got their
cool.
shit together finally.
A lot of them I think we're going to have a hard time running into each other.
Yeah.
Like there's some of them kind of like, well, you could segue pretty easily, but some of them are just like off the cuff, like random.
Boom, topic.
Yeah. So we're going to try to blaze through them. Sean Rowe actually made a bunch of good suggestions. We're not going to use all of them, but we're a good portion, I think, of them, more than half. So, the
Pick
one,
and choose. Shouts to Sean.
the one, actually, we're going to start with one that's not even Sean's, but the one that you had, it was the respect for fellow humans, and you were kind of trying to talk to me about what that was, but I didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah, it's a good place to start.
So what the fuck were you talking about?
So it seems like this person kind of considers that dating culture and maybe society as a whole is deteriorating, and that it's based on people kind of losing respect for their fellow humans. And I think it's a good place to start.
Is that as far as like relationship stuff though, or
it
is
seems
it?
like
or
his
just
comment
like
was
general?
mostly centered on that, but I think I'd like to have it be just in general.
Because it sounds like it'd be like really bitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it has like a bitter tone to it.
Sounds like something bad happened tonight.
Yeah, it's like he's in a shitty mood, and this is why. Yeah, I don't know that. I don't think respect for fellow humans has gotten. I don't think it's gone down. I think what happens is that we seem to be glorifying the fuck out of all the negative things that humans do to each other, and because social media is out there, we see it all in our face all the time now.
Bro, that's so savage.
Yeah.
No, that's shitty. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
like you're a shitty person. But I think that I mean, doesn't that kind of make sense more? It's like you're seeing it a lot more, and for whatever reason as a culture, we glorify it. Even if we don't, I mean, I see things that are fucked up and I don't agree with them. I might still laugh, but like at the end of that laugh, I'm like, oh, that's still fucked up though.
Yeah.
Like that shouldn't have happened. And I mean, I think that's just like a natural progression of things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think life changes, and one of the things Gary Vaynerchuk always talks about is people who like romanticize the past and refuse to like change and adapt to things, and they're like clinging on to the past, which is, I don't want to talk about the fight, but like with boxing people, they're like really romanticizing their sport.
Yeah.
And it's like a sport that, look, you can talk about how much money it's brought in for all these different things, but it's basically a dead sport.
This
in
is the way it
America.
should be because
Yeah.
this is the way it was.
Yeah,
No.
and it's cool. I mean, like boxing's cool if you like to sit and watch that. It's like soccer to me. It's like a lot of nothing happening for a long period of time.
Boring points game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm not super into UFC either or anything, so it's not like I'm not even comparing the two. But
Yeah.
like if I'm gonna watch one, it's gonna be UFC for sure
Out of those two,
because
definitely.
one's entertaining. It's like football or soccer to me. Football is constant action, entertaining. Soccer is, oh, they might have scored a goal that game. You know,
A lot of setup.
Yeah, it's like it's a lot of work for no result.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Maybe a tie.
But if he's talking about it in regards to like relationship stuff, as far as like when he first read it to me, I thought he was talking about like you have girls want to portray themselves as like these good girls who would like deserve a good guy, but they're like at the club being shitty all the time and like banging out hella dudes or whatever. And then they wonder why like no guy takes them serious.
Yeah.
But at the same time, guys do the same thing.
Yep.
And
Yeah, it's hookup culture isn't for everyone.
yeah, and I'm obviously not in a position to like discredit hooking up with
Yeah.
people. You know, I approach it a little different. I think I'm honest with people when I'm just trying to smash. I tell them, like I don't pretend like it's going to be a relationship one day.
Yeah, I
or
think
that
that
something's
people-
going to come from it.
Hookup culture has kind of like proliferated just because people don't want to get hurt and they think that getting attached will get them hurt. But if you're honest and upfront in the beginning,
Yeah.
honesty is like a shield on both sides of it.
Yeah, and that's my thing has always been. I mean, I see culture obviously has changed. My parents have been married 41 years or something. And that seems like when you say that, if you say that to like a 20-year-old right now, they'd be like, what the fuck? Like,
Twice their lifespan.
Yeah, like, are you serious? Yeah. And I just think things are different now, and I don't think they're better or worse. I just think they're different. I think if you try to cling on to the fact that they're like old, like those old ideals in today's society, it's never going to work.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, I was like, the reason that people have a hard time being like faithful and shit now is that back in the day, like when you were in high school, as an example, like you knew people from your high school. You might know somebody from another high school, like one or two people, but that was your like engagement was those people. Yeah. Like you couldn't talk to somebody 2 counties away effectively, like if you went there.
The world used to be a lot bigger.
Yeah. So, to me, it doesn't matter. I don't, my views of marriage are swayed, obviously. Like, I don't believe in marriage just because it's like a contractual obligation. But I don't tell people not to do it.
Yeah.
And I just think it's harder to take all that stuff seriously because before, like, if you found somebody that you really liked, finding a new person that you really liked was really hard.
Yeah.
Like, you had to actively go find somebody.
That's still the case.
And now, like, if you're a girl, you're getting, like, dick pics every day or whatever. Apparently. You're getting all these dudes trying to fucking, like, throw dick in your eye.
That sounds shitty.
And it's, I think girls do the same. They're probably not throwing dick in your eye, but, like, girls probably do the same shit, like, in general.
Attention.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, girls love attention.
Yeah.
Like, there's lots of girls that will, I don't like attention. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Tell that to your 47 selfies on Facebook right now. I guess that, like, the cool part about that part of the conversation is it could easily roll into this, like, hookup techniques
totally
question. And I don't think I have any, like, specific technique. Like, I couldn't teach a class on it.
I think that, like, the first step is, like, even before, like, the whole hookup and seduction and whatever, like, you have to be an interesting person. You need fucking hobbies. You need to have something, like, going on. You need to fix yourself first.
Yeah, I think you have to be... I would say on, like, the back end of that is you just have to be confident, which you're not going to get from being bored and sitting at home all day and doing nothing and having nothing to talk about or no life.
Nothing going for you, yeah.
I'm not a dude that likes going out and doing shit anymore, but, like, I have shit I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, whether it's with other people or not, like, I'll just go do shit.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know where my confidence comes from necessarily, but I'm guessing, like, if I wasn't outgoing and willing to go do things that I've done, I would have no confidence. Because I never would, really, I probably wouldn't, because I never would have met any other girls. And, like...
You have to try something new and learn what you're capable of.
Yeah, except food. Don't try new food. That's my rule.
Yeah, always try new food. That's
spinach dip. I got Tristan's spinach dip the other day. It was actually pretty all right.
Yeah, it was good.
I don't like spinach. I'm not fucking Popeye, bro.
The spinach wasn't the main ingredient, to be fair. But
it was like butter
delicious.
or something.
Yeah, butter and cheese, I think.
No, but, like, hookup techniques, like, like I said, I can't teach a class. I can't tell you guys, or girls, I guess, how to do this. But the thing that I've said it has always worked for me, because I'm definitely not like the traditional attractive, like the dude that you see in the movies that's, like, pulling hella pussy or whatever. I'm just, like, a fat, ugly white kid. But my confidence obviously works, whether people want to acknowledge it or not. Like, you can talk all the shit about me you want, but, we can compare numbers and general looks of the people that I've been with versus most people, and I'm pretty all right with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not mad.
Yeah. I think what kind of let me come out of my shell confidence-wise and gave me more confidence was setting goals and for yourself and achieving them. Set realistic goals for yourself and hold yourself accountable to them and make it fucking happen.
I set weird, like, the goals, the way that I've always done goals, because I'm like a numbers person. Like, I need something to look at.
Quantifiable, yeah.
And so, like, I'll make not like a traditional checklist. Like, I'm not literally checking things off, but I'll set tiny goals that once those are all accomplished, it has then accomplished a big goal by default.
Added up to something important. Yeah, for sure.
And it works. I'm gonna tell you right now, it fucking, like, it super works. And then, like I said before, the other one that works for me a ton is, like, being super honest with a girl about my intentions.
Yeah.
Like, I think people would be really shocked to hear that there are girls out there who are super down just to like bang out.
Points for that, yeah.
And they're happy, they're content with just banging out, and they don't want anything else.
Yep.
And it's
You don't have to trick them.
yeah, you don't have to like tell them that you love them and that you like have this
When you don't.
plans in the future. Yeah, when you don't. I mean, if you're into a girl, you're into a girl, whatever. But you definitely don't have to like bullshit your way into a vagina. There are like vaginas that are in the same position as your dick and just want to hang out occasionally.
Yeah.
And I think if more people went that route, they'd be surprised at how well it works. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm 36. It's been working for like 16 years. Like, I mean, like I've been in, like semi-long relationships in that time. But like when I have the intention of just going out and smashing and like I'm honest with the girls about other girls that I'm with. Like, they don't have to know details. I'm not telling them names and, like, throwing shit in their face.
Yeah.
But I'm not implying that they're the only person that's involved in that scenario either.
Yeah,
There's
in between being in a relationship with someone that you, like, care enough to be serious with, that's, in between that's ideal.
That's what I always thought.
Yeah. Be up front, always.
Yeah. Well, most of the time.
Yeah.
Unless you have, like, the herp. I'm just kidding.
Probably should
10 out of 10
front.
probably mention that. Or if I find out, I'll tell everybody. I'm just kidding. I won't. And we could roll into the other topic of the Clone-A-Willy through that because I am a person who has made, I think I've made 3. Yeah, no, I've made 3.
Yeah, I'm at 1, and I recently told someone about it, and it was just kind of eye-opening for them and mind-blowing.
Yeah, I think we mentioned the Clone-A-Willy on episode 5 with Nakomi.
Really?
Yeah, we talked about the Clone-A-Willy because you said the only reason you had been in an adult store was to buy that.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, and I ordered mine on Amazon, and I always have. All 3 of mine I've gotten on Amazon.
Yes.
And do you want to explain what a Clone-A-Willy even is? Because most of these people are probably just like Googling the fuck out of this right now.
Clone-A-Willy, yeah, for sure. It's just a silicone mold kit of your dick. So
Yeah,
you get
like-
yourself hard and shove your dick in this tube of silicone, and you got to keep it
Which
hard
is
for a bit. And it's like
it's really hard actually.
Yeah,
because it's cold.
it's challenging. Yeah, well, you get it to like, what is it, like 92.4 degrees or something.
Yeah,
It's
you
real
get
precise.
it's like a fucking science kit
Yeah.
to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But it's not easy just to like stick your dick and you
gotta
can't
find
move
a way
it.
to
That's
keep your dick hard without moving it at all.
Yeah.
For minutes. It's a while.
it's a couple minutes and you can't move. That's the biggest issue. Like you're like, oh, you can keep your dick hard for X amount of time. It's like, well, it's not that, but it's like you dipped your dick into a tube of weird shit and you can't move it. Like it's just sitting there.
Semi-warm silicone mold
And
material. Yeah.
I think what I've done all 3 times is literally I just had the girl sit in front of me
it says
and like
have a helper.
yeah, like play with herself or whatever.
Yeah.
Like something that's like a visual,
Something awesome to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I just effed up and stopped recording. So if you hear like a weird gap right there, that's totally me. That was my bad. So Clone-A-Willy, you make a mold of your dick.
Be ready for
A
it. It's a
super
challenge.
super accurate mold of your dick. And it's super hard to do, but it allows you essentially to make a dildo of your dick.
Exactly
Yeah,
your
it's like a
dick.
replica of your dick.
Super close.
It's like a rhoda of your penis.
You might
And-
freak out when you first pull it out of the mold because it's very.
Yeah. Like if
Realistic.
you have something wrong with your dick, you're going to see it in this thing. Like you're going to know right away, like, oh, I've never seen that part of my
Yep.
dick before.
You'll see the bottom of your dick.
Yeah. I've seen the bottom of my dick, technically.
Yeah.
Weird that you haven't seen the bottom of your dick. That was super weird. It was weirded me out. No, but and they have like vibrating ones, and they actually have chocolate. Like you can make candy of your dick to give to a girl.
Yeah, you can make candy of your asshole too.
Okay.
Yep. Butthole molds.
Is that real?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
I hope girls are buying that more than anybody.
Yeah.
'Cause that'd be weird.
Yeah.
Butthole molds. I'm kind of mad that you just brought that up. I don't even know why.
They look like Pringles, kind of little chocolate Pringles. I don't know why.
What the fuck are you talking? What a
I don't know
Pringle?
why. No, I
like
don't
the
know.
flat curved chip.
Just the shape of it.
I just said flat curved chip. First of all, it shouldn't not look like a Pringle.
I don't know why they do.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. If I ever see a girl's butthole that looks like a Pringle, I'm leaving.
No, it's just the piece of candy isn't like an entire ass. It's
Oh,
the
you're
butthole.
saying that it's like
So
butthole. It's
it
like
gets-
Pringle size.
Pringle
kind
size
of.
and like it's the shape of a Pringle.
I'm so confused.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get somebody to make me one.
You gotta catch up and look these up, dude.
Yeah, I guess I'll Google the fuck out of this scenario.
Every fucking Valentine's Day, I get tagged in this a million times, and it's like
And
I
you've
already
never
know.
made it?
I already know.
But you never done it?
Never have.
Maybe this Valentine's Day. Maybe Tristan wants a.
True.
Yeah.
I'd eat her chocolate ass.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, you only last 5 minutes anyway. So.
Shots fired.
So many shots fired.
God.
So I mean, we covered Clone-A-Willy. Like, what else was there on? Oh, there was the topic of new music.
Yeah.
That's cool, and I don't even know what kind of music this person listens to, honestly. So I don't know how much help this is gonna be. And really, I only listen to underground hip hop. Like, I literally don't listen to any other type of music. In fact, who was the girl that sang the national anthem that I did? Demi Lovato or something? Was that who just sang the national anthem?
Probably she did.
Whoever sang the national anthem at the fight. And I guess, like, I Googled her.
Well, it was her, yeah.
Yeah, I Googled her because I didn't know who it was, and everybody was laughing at me.
You were like, is that like a radio person?
I meant like a person that gets play on the radio, like music on the radio.
Popular enough to be played currently on the radio.
Yeah, like, and I didn't know who it was. I just don't listen to music like that. I listen to underground hip hop, and if I'm honest, I listen to a lot of like white underground hip hop, and it's just people that I enjoy their lyrics or whatever, and I think that I like music that tells stories.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, it has something to it that's not like dumb shit. Although at the same time, I like rap as a joke, which is literally just dumb shit.
It's clever though.
Yeah, it's super funny. It's entertaining. As far as new music, because that's what the person was asking, if like there was new music out. I think there's two new albums that just came out in the last week that I have been suggesting. I sent links to probably 30 people with both of these albums. Grieves, who's out of Seattle. He's actually a friend. Like, I've met him we're friends, kind of, like, he knows who I am. I could text him and shit. We're not like homie, like, we don't like hang out
That's cool
on the
to be
daily.
able to say, though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not. Most people have no idea who it is, so it's not like somebody famous. But Grieves has a new album out, and he's on Rhymesayers Entertainment, which if a lot of you guys like Atmosphere and some of those guys, Brother Ali, people like that, they're all on Rhymesayers. Murs been on Rhymesayers numerous times. But Grieves is on there. He has an album out called Running Wild, and this is definitely, I would say it's probably my favorite Grieves album. And it took me a couple of listens because, honestly, I listened to it the first time and I wasn't super into it. Like, it was just...
Happens.
And it was just kind of playing in the background while I worked. And, anybody, like, who's been around my shop knows it gets pretty loud in the shop. So you miss a lot of random stuff. And for me, liking music that tells, like, stories is... If you miss parts of it, it sucks. You know what I mean? Like, there's just, like, I missed the story. Or parts of the story that made it relevant. But I've listened to it like 5 or 6 times now, and it's definitely super good. Like, he tells a lot of really cool stories. And another one is Ivan B. Kind of similar style, for sure. I think a better voice overall. Grieves has a cool voice, and that he's been working on and like trying to be able to sing and shit. But Ivan B has like a naturally good voice, I'm guessing. He has one that's called "Forgive Me for My Honesty," and he has like, I think, 4 or 5 full albums that you can get, and I don't think he's on a label. I think he's just like independent and puts them out. I know that they're on YouTube and Spotify and shit. They're probably on whatever you need to go get them from.
Yeah, if you're on Spotify, I feel like you're making decent money at it.
Yeah, and I mean, the only other one that I know is Witt Lowry, who is...
Love Witt Lowry.
He's super good. Same shit. I mean, good voice, tells cool stories.
Yeah.
Slightly... I want to say like on the emotional side almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he has a couple songs that come off a little whiny.
That's
to
true
me.
for most of his music. I think some are just like almost not as like meaningful like storytelling wise, but are good to just listen to and just kind of zone out. Yeah.
He has an album that's coming out, I think it's September 18th, called I Could Not Plan This. And I've only listened to, I think, 2 or 3 songs off of it so far, and they've been good. So I would probably suggest that to other people as well. He has, same thing, he has like numerous like mixtapes or whatever out. He has like 4 or 5, I guess, on YouTube and Spotify. And He has some super good songs. He also has like some really cool music videos. Him and Ivan B both have cool music videos. Grieves' new album, he has a couple music videos out for it, and they're weird. Like they're
music videos are kind of supposed to be, but
these ones are like he has the one for a new song called RX, like prescription, like RX, and it's weird. Like I watched it 4 or 5 times and I was like, I don't understand what's happening.
The song's good though.
The song's pretty good. Yeah, the song's good. Like the message is good, but there's like
almost like doesn't match it.
I don't know. It's like a fish in a bowl.
Does it fit?
And he's like holding it in random places. I don't know. It's like a goldfish in a bowl, and he's just like holding it, and has like light coming up through. I don't know. It's fucking weird. Just go watch it.
Seems like they're overly obscure and trying to be artistic.
Yeah, and
for no reason.
I mean, I like most of Grieves' videos because he's from Seattle are in Seattle, so like I like him more by default, which is probably not fair. But this one's in LA, and it's just I don't know if like that is what kind of pushed me away from it a little bit, but it's just weird. Like it's just not. I'm not super into it. And the song's still good. Like I said, it's the video. It's kind of whatever.
I'll just shout out a couple artists that I like, and not necessarily. They don't have new albums or anything like that, but.
He's gonna say Marshmello.
No, hell
He's
no.
He's gonna say Marshmello.
No, super mainstream and puts you in a good mood, but it's whatever. No, but I was gonna say Said the Sky.
Get her.
No, shut up, God.
You told me about Get Her, and you told me about Marshmello.
I like finding music that less people know about.
And
like if you don't like,
you're the guy that gets
like
mad when other people hear it. Huh?
I'll just move on. I won't get mad about it, but yeah.
Why are you?
But Said the Sky and Aerocord. Look those up. CHORD.
Bro, that just reminded me of the fuck out of me. So Macklemore also has a new album coming out. He's put out a couple singles from this album, and they're all fucking good. And I'm not, I was just giving Sten shit about liking or like getting mad that other people like the music he does. Macklemore is also from Seattle, and I've listened to Macklemore since.
Shut the
No,
fuck
I've literally
up.
since.
No
like,
one cares.
It's well over a decade. Like I've listened to him since anybody even knew who the fuck he was. When he was putting on He was literally going to house parties. Shut the fuck up. That's not why I'm talking about it. He was literally doing like house parties, like shitty house parties in like the outskirts of Seattle.
Yeah,
when I started
somewhere.
listening to him, and I wasn't like I liked The Heist, but it felt like. He has albums before The Heist that are really fucking good, like really good. And then The Heist came out, and there was a couple okay songs, and I mean, he got famous off of it, so obviously they were popular. Like people liked them.
Yeah, so go back and find like a discography.
But yeah, like you can go back and look at some of his old stuff. But the thing is like, I said the same thing. Is like, man, he totally changed his style to get popular, which is the thing that he was always really far. Like he was always really against it. Him and Ryan Lewis were both like. That's why they wanted to be, they're independent. They didn't want a record label. They wanted to put their own shit out, so they didn't have to cater to anybody else. But then they did. They catered to like mainstream, and it's whatever. Like their music's still good. It never got shitty. But he had that album come out. Like they put out like a small album out called like The Unruly Mess I've Made or something like that. And he was talking about like in the album he actually goes over like numerous things about how he changed in ways he didn't like to make music that other people did.
Yeah.
And I think as like a real artist, that's probably like bothers people. Like if you're a real artist and you like realize it, you're like, oh fuck, like I sold out in a sense. I mean, they didn't sell out in like the traditional like Vanilla Ice sense. You know what I mean? But
realizing it's probably better than not realizing it though.
Yeah. And now they have another album, and I actually didn't even look it up. I don't remember
being
the
in
name.
denial about it.
Yeah. And they know, like he acknowledges it in interviews and stuff. And they have an album coming out now that's kind of like back to their roots, the way that they wanted to make music. And the couple singles that are out are all really good, including the one where he takes his
That's good that
grandma.
it's real and not just cliche.
Yeah. You saw the one where he took his grandma.
Yeah.
There's an awesome there's a music video, and I don't remember. It's called Glorious, right? The name of the song is Glorious. You should definitely look up the video, Macklemore Glorious. Mm-hmm. Because
that song's made better by the video.
Yeah, the song is awesome anyway. I heard the song, I was like, I'm going to go check this out. And then there was a video for it on YouTube. And it's basically like he takes it, it's his grandma's 100th birthday. And it's like legit. She's old. Like she's really her 100th birthday. And the video is set up. It's not, he didn't really surprise her. But the idea in the video is that he surprised her, and he's like going to take her out to do all these things that she's always wanted to do. And they go and like egg a house. And
That video is awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that
super
video's-
badass. And it's like this old ass lady,
Yep.
you know, like has a walker and shit, and she's like egging a house and like singing karaoke, and it's super awesome. And it's
The car is
just
perfect
like,
for it.
yeah, they have like an old ass Cadillac, and it just seems, it's super real. I mean, like it seems really real, and it's really his grandma.
It does.
You know, like it is real in
You'll
that
at
regard.
least smile.
Yeah, you'll laugh. Like it's a good video. But other than that, I don't know. Stender's recommended a bunch of like techno house. What do you listen? What's the? I don't know the difference.
It's not techno. I'm not
House.
judging your music.
I'm not judging your music anyway. I was just telling you the difference.
I don't think they need a genre.
They might need a genre. What if you had to classify it? What'd you call it?
It would be chill step.
I hate that there's so many of those.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not dubstep.
I was
It's
looking.
not
No, I know,
wubby.
but I don't know. Like I don't know what the difference is anymore.
And
because
I
there's
usually
so many
can't,
differences.
Yeah, usually I can't thumbtack them, but
Yeah.
that would be
That's
my
the one
guess.
thing.
I don't know.
When I'm working and like I can't actually listen to shit, I used to put on like, I think I would search like female vocal. I almost want to say dubstep,
Mm-hmm.
and then like, I think I started in 2016, so I'd put 2016,
Yeah.
and they always start out pretty all right, but they always would go to something called, I want to say it might have been chill step actually.
Yeah.
Now that I'm saying it out loud, but I fucking
It's not
hate
all
it.
great.
Man, whatever it would like change to, like I would know. I'd hear it and I'm like, nope, fuck this, turning this off.
The algorithm's like, let's try this.
Yeah.
And your brain's like, nah.
Yeah, my brain's
Go
like,
back.
No, fam, you need to get with Spotify's shit. But because I listen to almost everything on YouTube
Everyone
when
needs
I'm
to
out
get
there,
with
like,
Spotify.
yeah, Spotify's fucking awesome.
And
if you look really hard, I'm gonna tell you right now, you can go online and you can find yourself a coupon code where it's only 99 cents a month for a year. They pop up some bullshit one on your phone for like 3 months. It's 99 cents a month for 3 months. But if you Google the coupon code, you can find the one for a year.
it actually works.
Yeah, well, it worked for mine. That's what I assume. I'm trying to figure out why somebody would be calling me at 10:40 at night from a number that I don't have in my phone.
Yeah.
So that's cool. What are other things that were in here that?
Topic-wise?
Oh, the car show and awards thing.
Yeah.
I guess that's good because we just had a car show that ended, like the last. I mean, kind of closed the season. Well, it's called the season closer, so I guess that super
It's
makes
appropriate.
sense. But like, what was that? Scrapefest, yeah, the season closer for Scrapefest, which is like an indoor car show this year. I didn't go, to be fair. I had been up for a few too many days, and then some other shit came up, and I just didn't end up going.
You're making the trophies, right?
Yeah, I made the trophies for best wheels and best of show, which I guess kind of leads in this. Somebody wanted to talk to us about car show awards and how people think they deserve them and don't. And I would say there is almost no way to make that like an okay topic because there's so many variables involved.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen people that
It's literally opinion. It's a judgment.
Yeah, it's super a judgment. I mean, I think unless you have like a really set in stone set of rules to judge and do like a point system, like a
Yeah.
true point system, that there's always going to be really disappointed people.
Right.
I think even with that system, there'd be
Qualified, not
disappointed people.
quantified.
Yeah. And the biggest issue, like I saw a lot of posts online of people bashing, Scrapefest or the staff or judges. I guess it wasn't the show. Everybody said the show was good.
Rabble. Politics.
Yeah,
Ah.
and it was just people complaining about different shit at the show, and I actually got kind of like looped into
always.
the best wheels issue, and I think that actually even carried over into today. I was called out on a post on Facebook, and I guess to generally cover the thing about car show awards is almost everybody who believes that they should have won shouldn't have. I think that there's a lot of people that think that certain cars should win, and those people are probably right. And it's very rarely the owner of the car.
Yeah, it's someone
You know what I
else's.
mean? Like
Yep.
it's somebody else. And the thing that I got drug into was about best wheels, and the person who owns the car, who won best wheels this year, is somebody that, for whatever reason, him and I don't get along. I don't actually know him at all, so I can't really say I don't get along with him. I think the problem is we have some mutual friends that like to cause
Stir
drama
shit
and
up.
shit because they
Yeah.
have shitty lives,
Whack.
and so they'll take things that I say and spin them to him in a way that he gets upset about. And I've never been upset about anything that he's said to me, but I'm sure that they've tried the same shit. Or maybe they have at some point and they gave up because they know I don't care about that dumb shit. But he was upset because I said that I kind of pointed out that his wheels shouldn't have won best wheels. And I 100% stand by that. Like, I'm not backing down from that at all. He felt, because him and I don't get along, that it was kind of like a personal attack on him, and it wasn't. To clarify what was going on is he has a set of very well done wheels, like in appearance,
for sure.
And their work emits. If you're going to look that up, it's EMITZ work emits. But they're missing in current condition at the show. They're missing the center caps and center plates, and that means that there's exposed lug area. They look unfinished. Yeah, and the lips.
To be fair, they're rare. Parts are rare.
They're super rare wheel. If you bought a set and didn't have the caps and center plates, you'd be effed because you're not going to find replacements. You might be able to find the center caps because there's some companies who have been making them now, but the plates is not happening. And this guy he went to, I think, a company in California, did all like his finish work, his plating work on them because they're black chrome centers and copper lips. And something in their process, they didn't do something right, and now the center plates and caps didn't fit on.
Thick.
Which is fine, not his fault. He had nothing to do with it. It's an issue that was brought up to me, and I was kind of backhandedly asked to try to fix it, but at the time it just wasn't going to work out. I don't remember exactly what the scenario was, but what it comes down to is he was at the show with the wheels, which look good, but are very blatantly not complete. Like, it's not a question where you might not notice. Anybody who's into wheels at all, which I would assume that if you're the judge for best wheels, and I don't know who that was, and nobody will cop to agreeing to this, which is super weird.
Is that weird?
Yeah. Like, you're not willing to back up your statement. That just makes me think that you gave it to your friend.
Yeah, hopefully they collaborated and
and it might have been one judge, it might have been 10. I honestly have no idea. I can't get anybody to give me an actual answer, which is fine. I don't care that much. I just asked a couple people and nobody would give me an answer, and I was like, all right, well, nobody wants to tell me. That's cool. But from what I've seen at the show and kind of the agreement of other people at the show is that there was numerous people who deserved that trophy, or numerous wheels, I should say, that deserved to win that trophy. And it's not taking anything away from his wheels. It completed. I even told the guy in question, I said, look, if your wheels were complete, they probably were the best wheels there. Because they're super rare. They're refinished the right way. Everything about them looks good. They stand out. They fit really well. Big on fitment. But the way that they were, it's like taking a set of BBS RSs, and missing the waffle plate in the center and the center cap. That's not a complete wheel. That should never win. And it's not an attack on him. It's more I would say kind of a slap in the face to other people who have complete wheels, who have spent the time and money involved to redo their wheels, or bought wheels already done. Mm-hmm. I guess if you wanted to go that route, if you're not going to be the guy that wants them refinished or whatever. This guy has a lot of work and time and money into his wheels, and I'm sure when they're complete, they'll be super awesome. Yeah. But as of right now, I'm going to have to go with the fact the trophy was not right to be given to him. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with him. It has everything to do with the fact that the wheels were missing pieces. So, as far as people who get, people that deserve awards, it's all relative. And I actually.
We should just get them to fit.
Well, yeah, I offered.
I felt you're the person to do it.
I offered to get him to fit. It sounds like maybe he's already kind of worked towards that, and maybe he's taken that step. I don't really know. I like Cam Richardson. Cam Richardson. That sounds so weird to say because everybody just knows him as Tailored Fam Cam.
Tailored Fam Cam.
I like his approach. He's like, if you're building cars to win trophies, it's cheaper just to go buy trophies. Yeah, which is super true. I mean, I agree with that. But as a guy who's been a part of multiple trophy-winning builds, I understand that people want to be appreciated for the work that they have done or have into their ride, whatever it might be. And I'm not saying that you should ever go build your car to somebody else's standards, but I'm saying if you build your car and it's the best at something and you lose to something that's not, it sucks. Yeah. It's a shitty feeling, It'd be like being really, really good on a football team and the rest of your team fucking sucks. It's you don't get anything for being the best player in the state at whatever it might be. But really, I mean, car show awards or whatever, like it's all opinion based until you get into a show that has like an actual judging system and you have a way of going after the results that you want. Like you can know that your interior to get 10 points needs this many things done to it or whatever.
If only it was like quantifiable, yeah.
Yeah, and there's big shows like that. I think ISS actually even has a judging system like that. And I haven't looked into it and I don't know, but I think ISS has like a points judging system, and big shows have a points judging system. I think big shows also kind of work to find non-biased judges. And I'm not saying that people here necessarily give their trophies to friends.
Yeah.
But that's been brought up numerous times by other people. And I don't have anything to... I can't qualify that statement. Like, I don't know. I've never seen it. Like, people blatantly giving a trophy away just because it was their friend.
Yeah, it's never blatant.
Yeah. It's not like anything. It's like a slap in the face to everybody around because, like, oh, it's my best friend. He also won Best of Show. You know, it's like, it's not like that. It's not that bad. That kind of leads us into... Somebody asked about stance cars and whether or not they have...
They'll end up with their own niche forever.
Yeah, like their own... Because his reference was lowriders.
Yeah.
Which have their own thing. No. I would
think
say...
lowriders deserve it.
Lowriders are... I think anybody who goes to like an actual lowrider show... I'm not talking about your friend who put hydraulics and wire wheels on his car at one point. And
exactly.
That was it. If you go to like an actual lowrider show and see exactly what's going on, the amount of work that those guys put into their cars is ridiculous.
That was like entirely disassembled,
yeah, it's
chrome
like,
plated,
yeah,
reassembled.
The paint job alone is worth more than some of these cars it shows, and they're new cars.
New cars, yeah.
It's worth more than their brand new car. Yeah. And it's just a paint job.
Yeah.
And they go way over the top. They go crazy with wheels. You know, interior's all done, engine's all done. Like, those are the guys that if you're going to go after, like, fucking points at a car show, like, those guys are going to shit on you every time. Like, you bring a lowrider to a stance show, but you do the judging in this, like, the same way across the board, lowriders 9 times out of 10 are going to shit on every car show there, or every car in the show, because they're so much better.
Yep. Stance seems like a trendy, like, temporary thing.
Yeah, and I think
it'll turn into something else.
It's gone through a number of different stages. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's gradually gone through and done different things, but I don't, you know, like, I think maybe it was last year before, the big joke was like, you know, bolt-on fender flares and wide wheels and call it a build, or an air ride
build.
Yeah, an air ride and call it a build, and it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess if that's what was trendy at the time,
for someone.
I have this. If it was, it's not even if it's up to me. Like, I really believe that the late 90s and early 2000s style of cars, like the Nopey cars, like anybody who's in the car scene and knows what a Nopey car or like a Super Street cover car from 2001 is, that style is coming back.
Where everything is built.
It's not even that. It's like, it's almost what people call ricey now.
Yeah.
But like, it's such an extreme version of it that it's kind of cool.
Right, but like no subsystem of the car is stock.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, they're throwing parts at everything.
Yeah.
It's not just like a car they bolted flares and wide wheels and air on. It's got like graphics down the side. It's the one that I always used to joke about, like the list of parts down, like the brands that are on the car. There's that big ass list that goes down the fender or door or whatever.
The front of the door.
Yeah, that style is for sure coming back.
Yeah.
Like, I can totally see it. And I've seen a couple cars that have been posted lately, and I don't know if they've been posted like as a joke, and I don't know if they're old. Like, they've been older cars. Like, the first one I saw was an Integra. And I was like, bro, it's got a Momo sticker in the window.
Yes.
And it's like Momo is a German wheel maker. And is it German or Italian? I think it's German.
I always assumed German.
Anyway, it's a European wheel maker, and back in the day, they were the shit. And like Niche was a big brand back then, and Niche is still around. They've been kind of bounced around by other companies, and they're not the quality that they used to be necessarily. But back in the day, like, cool wheels were like Niche and Momo.
Yeah.
And TSW used to make awesome wheels. Like the TSW Amola back in the day was like one of my favorite wheels of all time.
TSW sold out so hard, dude. That's
I know.
Discount Tire sells that shit now.
They had the Hockenheim R. The Hawk R was one of my favorite wheels. And it was a TSW. And it wasn't like it was a great wheel. It was just like a standard mesh wheel. But in like 2000, it was the shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that I think I want that style to come back like super hard. I mean, I don't know how soon it's going to happen, but I keep seeing these cars. People have been posting cars that look like I remember cars being in like 2000 that were modified. And that was back when, everybody said, oh, Honda can't be fast. Like, there's no way. It has to have a V8. Four cylinders can't do shit. And I remember going to the street races, like in Civic, like a brand new Civic Si, a 2000 Civic Si, or a 2000 Type R, or 2000 GSR, or whatever, and going out and fucking with like V8 people. And to be fair, I was totally driving a V8. Like, I had a 69 Firebird. But my friends would all come around, and they were big into the imports. Like, I was already into them a little bit, but not quite as excessive as they were. And we would go out and fuck with V8 people all the time. And it's fun. It was fun even back then. Like, sure. Yeah, and now, now Hondas are actually fast. That was back when a 15-1, it was pretty all right. Like, whatever.
And they're like track fast, not even just straight line fast.
Yeah. Well, and back then, I don't know how deep into suspension and shit that people were getting.
True.
But like new cars, like the new Civic Type R is the shit.
Yeah.
And people, it's ugly. It's super hideous in my opinion, but it fucks around with V8 cars.
Overdone for sure.
Even on like Nürburgring and all the bullshit where people test
cars. Right,
cars.
that's what I'm saying.
So I don't even know how we got off on that tangent. I guess it was the stance cars.
Yeah. Niche.
I don't know. Like stances, whatever.
Car niche.
I've never been super into it. Dad Van 1, people are like, oh, you have to do this. You have to get wider wheels and more aggressive fitment. It's like, bro, it's a minivan. Like, get the fuck over yourself.
You can do whatever you want. It's your fucking car.
The cool part about the van is, like, it gets a ton of attention, and it gets attention from the people that you would think would be like, you need wider wheels, or you need to do this. And it's like, they all like it the way it is. And it's like, which is cool. I didn't build it for anybody but me. I never in my life would have thought that many people loved a fucking rainbow sparkly van. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stupid to even think about now. I don't know. Was there anything else? The only other one was like bad PR into sales.
Yeah.
Which is.
We can go into that, I guess.
Yeah. It's a weird topic for me. Just because, I've been successful at turning bad PR into sales. Like, I think the biggest issue that people don't understand about PR, especially on the internet, is that nobody understands how, like, the analytics work.
Whether you're talking bad or talking good about something, you're fucking talking about it.
Yeah, you're talking about it. And it's
climbing to the top.
Yeah. There's, the car people on here will probably have seen Art in Motion Wheels has been getting bashed about some Eclipse wheels that they had built that the centers basically broke out of. I've actually read a bunch of threads. I actually kind of went and searched for it the other day to kind of read through because I didn't understand where people were getting some of the information. There was a lot of people who were like, oh, those wheels are cast. That's why they did that. And it's like, no, those wheels aren't fucking cast. It's clearly a three-piece wheel. Like, you wouldn't cast a center in a three-piece wheel on a custom wheel.
Cast a face,
the money involved in that is ridiculous. It's actually cheaper to do forged faces. But this, a girl had some sort of issue. Her face broke out. The company immediately said, all right, like, we want to do some testing on the wheel. We think it might have just been a bad forging. That company at the time was using forgings that a couple other companies were using who began to have issues. Most of them actually have went away from that company now and don't use their forgings any longer. But they just kind of assumed it was a bad forging, not so much a design like flaw or whatever, which is what everybody is kind of going on. It's either cast or a design flaw, which it doesn't seem to be either. But this company was like, hey, we'll send you wheels to roll on for now for free, which is like way more than I would expect them to offer. And said, send your wheel back to us. We're going to do some testing on it and make sure that, it was something on our end. And if it's on our end, we'll replace it. Yeah. Simple as that. The girl wasn't happy with that because she said something about having to send, it was going to cost her like $100 and something to ship it back. And I don't know how she thought warranty stuff might work. For one, it's not going to cost you $100 to send one wheel anywhere in America. Like, I can send 4 wheels for $100 or $110. And they wanted her, just to send this wheel back. And like I said, they were going to send her rollers. They were literally going to send her something to drive on. She'd have no downtime, minus the downtime waiting, I guess, for those wheels to get there. And she went against that, didn't want to do that, started bashing them online instead. And they chose to just ignore her. They blocked her on social media. Anybody who brought it up, they blocked them. Which I would say the number of people that were going after him, that was probably the best way to do it, because you're not going to be able to like calm down thousands of people. And that's really what it was. It wasn't like 30 people bashing him. If you go on any car forum right now, or car group right now on Facebook, you'll probably find this thread of these ugly ass gold wheels. And it's, you know, going to have hundreds of replies.
Like mustard, yeah.
But the thing about it is that nobody seems to get is that, so I know the owner of Art in Motion, and like I've been following this, and I'm an admin on Official Wheels, and that post came up, and I have to approve all the posts. And I approved it because from what I read, especially at the time, like they had done everything they could do to help this girl, and she decided to say fuck off and go her own route, and they were like, okay, well cool, we'll just void your warranty entirely and you're on your own. Which is, a lot of you are going to jump back and say, oh, that's shitty of them to do, but it's like, if you look at what they have offered this chick and then her telling them to fuck off, like their response to fuck off was justified to me. Like, and maybe there's going to be people who disagree with me because I'm the one saying it. But if you can sit here and tell me that you would add a better solution for that problem than sending the girl fucking wheels to roll on. Yeah. You know, it's like they did everything they could for her.
Did they ask her what she wanted, what her solution would have been?
No, because their warranty is that she signed. Like, she signed up, bought the wheels with their warranty, which their warranty is a direct copy of Rotiform's warranty. So it's not like it's some bullshit warranty.
Not different.
No, it's they changed the names and shit in it to make it for them. But, you know, she agreed to the warranty. In the warranty thing, it says if you have a problem with your shit, you have to send it back at your expense. And then if they find something wrong, they'll cover it. Yeah. All the shit happens. And this girl didn't want to do that for whatever reason. And she took to bashing him on social media, which is a thing that people do now. I think in some cases, I think it really helps or can help. But I think in some cases it also will fuck you, which is what it's done this time to this girl. And she's gotten a lot of like notoriety. There's people who have made like Facebook or YouTube videos defending her and trying to make it seem like it was a good thing. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I talked to the owner of Art in Motion, and I asked him, I was like, hey, so what is this doing for your Facebook page? Because I just wanted to know. I was like, is it helping? And he sent me over 2 screenshots of the analytics from the Facebook page. And I think the lowest, analytics, for anybody who I guess doesn't know, is like the stats of the page. So it's showing you how many people have come to your page, how many people have liked things. Yeah, it's the things that are going on, watching videos, whatever. I think the lowest one, the increase, they all increased. There was all positive things. So you have to understand that when positive analytics happen, so it's green numbers versus red numbers.
Growth.
That Facebook will now bump that higher up in searches. Google bumps it higher up in searches because they don't know the difference. All they see is that it's trending, that it matters to somebody. And the lowest one he had was like 2,000% increase in something, and there was some that were like 14,000% increase. Like the people like watching videos, I don't remember what it was, but like the number of people who are going and watching videos, which, no offense, but if you're there for a negative thing, you're not sitting there watching their product videos.
It's true.
You know what I mean? And they were all way higher. And the same things have happened with me. I've had people, I've always asked like people for an example of name a time that I've been bashed online that it benefited the person that started it. Yeah. And it never happens. And I handle it different than, Art in Motion chose to handle this situation, obviously. I think there's a little bigger than mine's ever been. But it's the thing about taking bad PR and turning it into something positive is you guys make the mistake of not understanding how that system works. And so when you go out and you bash a company and you don't, it's not even that you have to make it really clear, but if it trends, it always benefits the company. Yep. Every single time. And I know that you don't want it to. I know that it wasn't your goal to do that. You didn't go out and write this
I
epic.
want to hurt him.
Yeah, you didn't go out and write this epic ass rant so that people would
Avoid the page.
Yeah, like avoid the page. But what ends up happening is that everybody goes to the page.
Yep.
And it's all positive from there. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's gotten hella sales because people read her post and went and checked that out. But I will say that because all of those analytics are now higher, those stats are all higher. They're all higher in every search, meaning when somebody does go look for wheels, their name is way higher than other people's just by default, which turns into sales naturally. Like by default, it just has to. So, you know, if you have a problem with a company, I always suggest just message the people.
Yeah, deal with
Like,
it. Handle it.
The second that you take it to social media, you're throwing it up in the air, and the internet's a fucked up place. Yep. And it's not going to go as well as you want it to most of the time, which is cool to me. Like I've always been kind of entertained when people attack me because it's usually dumb shit.
Yeah,
that's not
airing
real.
any kind of dirty laundry is
like,
never going to go well for the person
Yeah.
with the dirty laundry.
Yeah, and it's you can call me names or whatever you want, but I promise you that I'll make it shitty for you by the end of whatever that post is. Like there was actually one that happened today. A guy on, I don't know, it was like a Utah Classifieds page or some bullshit.
Oh,
like,
that was so good, dude.
This kid started shit with me. It was what's weird about that kid is like he was talking about like being a mechanic was like a manly job and you don't know how dirty we get or some bullshit. And I was just like, I thought this was like some 40-something-year-old like seasoned mechanic. No, first of all, this kid looked like he was 12.
Wasn't it like Master Muffler or something?
Yeah, he was like a mechanic at Master Muffler too, which I don't look. They do exhaust. I don't know how much mechanic work stuff they do, but the weird part was this guy, he's like, if we hired or if companies hired like pretty preppy guys to fix your car, you'd be paying 4 times more or something like that. And that made me interested as to what this person actually looked like because I was like, oh, okay, well, this is obviously like some rugged dude that wears fucking flannels and his hands are constantly dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like a big beard or some shit. Nope. It was like a kid that I don't even think was 18. And literally the first picture I clicked on, he had fucking like swept bangs. And I was like, bro, you can't talk about manly, first of all, because you have no facial hair. Like you literally couldn't grow facial hair if you wanted to. And you have swept bangs in your first picture. And I think my actual post was like, nothing says manly like swept bangs.
True.
And it was like, it turned in, the kid ended up rage quitting. He ended up blocking me like usual. But there was like, I think Rex was on there and Josh were on there and they were like, get him, like go after him. And I was just, like, I don't have to make up shit. If I'm going to talk shit about you, I'm going to pull it out of your profile and use it against you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not the dude that just like bullshits his way through an argument. And like in the end, same thing happened. Quit.
You can either look like this or talk shit.
Yeah, you
can't do both.
You can't do both. And the best part was he was a former mechanic.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't even like he was like a current mechanic. It didn't appear to even have a job.
Yep.
So he was just a kid. I mean, like whatever. Maybe I shouldn't pick on some kid.
He was too manly for.
But the kid,
Muffler.
Understand that like I never start those scenarios.
No.
Never. He was talking about what it was. He was talking shit about somebody else. Said that he was, based on his appearance, wasn't employable. I think the guy had tattoos and like gauged ears or something.
You can't employ people like that.
Yeah,
dude.
you don't hire those people.
No.
They're the devil. But this dude like said that, and he was attacking people. And if you ever see me argue online and something that doesn't really involve me, I'll take the side that's losing or like that needs defense for whatever reason.
So true.
Just because I think it's funny. And
Yeah.
I'm good at it. You know what I mean? Like,
it's so fucking true, dude.
I'm one of those dudes that if you're gonna start talking shit, like understand I'm gonna come in and try to end it. Like I'm gonna be the dude that's fucking making you rage.
I fucking made friends that way. Yeah.
And it's cool. I'm not encouraging everybody to go do that. 'Cause
no.
You have to be, and I'm not bragging when I say it, but you have to be good at it.
There's a lot more productive things you could do with your day, too.
Yeah, you could definitely have been, like, working, like, an actual job, unlike me. I didn't work at all today, thankfully. My parents were in town, and...
Must be nice.
It must be nice to have my parents visit. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Like, they were briefly in town. I think they were here for a combined, like, 5 hours, and then they bounced...
Passing through.
On. Yeah, they're going to Seattle for, I think, my... niece's wedding or something. I'm kind of unclear. It's a very strange family dynamic on that actual side of the family, so I'm kind of weird about what all is going on with it. But they were here, and I didn't work at all today, and it felt like kind of awesome. And then I realized how much shit I have to get done by the end of the week. I was like, oh, that was definitely not a day I could have taken. But
Sidetrack.
it was cool. I got to hang out with my dad, all that bullshit. I was actually making fun of that kid right up until my parents got here. Actually, he rage quit about 20 minutes before they showed up.
Perfect timing.
So, yeah, it worked out beautifully. So, I just realized that when I scratch my beard, you can 10 out of 10 hear that on the mic. So, any of you ladies that like beards, what's up?
Listen to that.
Scratch it.
Should we?
I think we covered
close it
everything.
out? Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm tired if I'm
I know.
if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
I'm not trying to bounce, but I spent like most of my day in a 100-degree shop installing headlights and something, and I hated it. So, yeah, it was terrible. So good questions, like good topics at least on a couple of the posts, which was cool because like it's been a while since we've gotten like a number of good
Take
topics.
notes.
Most of those were from Sean Rowe, so thanks. I know Stan posted and got a couple on his as well.
Thanks, friends.
I'll actually post, you know what I just realized is that I'm also on the YouTube version of this. I'll post links to these other, this music.
Yeah.
So that you can check it out. And maybe I'll throw something up on the LMDB podcast Facebook page so you can go check some of these out. Because, like, I'm super into supporting underground hip-hop always. These are the kids that, like, are spending their own money to fucking make cool music for all of you guys. So go support them in cool ways. They don't. Most of their music's free anyway. I don't even think you have to pay for most of it. But if you go listen on Spotify and shit, they get paid more.
Mm-hmm.
So you should definitely go do that. And then they all sell albums. You can all go on Amazon or I think iTunes or whatever and buy all these too, just the same. And
YouTube views. They have cool videos.
yeah, I mean, fucking go spend $9 on music. Stop being fucking cheap all the time, assholes. Jesus Christ, this kid's trying to feed his dog. I'm totally thinking of the guy from Early Adopted when I say that too. That little fucking bulldog Chubbs. The dog's fucking awesome. That's another one, Early Adopted. You should all go look at that. All right, well that's it. Sten, you have anything else you want to say?
No, fuck off.
Am I fucking off or
Yes.
the audience is fucking off?
No, you are.
Oh, just me. All right,
Yep.
cool. All right, have a good night, folks.
Later.